is just fantastic.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Hope you're having a marvellous day and hope you had a great weekend. Today we're going to be looking at more recent going-ons with Ethan Klein. And before we do, I want to start with a PSA. There are many, and I'll show a clip later of Nick Diorio addressing how far Ethan is going when it comes to those who have in the past gone far too far with him. And he has responded by doing the exact same thing. In doing so, he is now basically going after anyone that criticizes him. There is a point to be made about whether you are taking criticism on board or whether someone has gone too far. When you have gone through what he has gone through over the past 2 to 3 years, with all the accusations and the bad tactics employed, for him to simply throw it back, I'm not entirely sure any of us have the right to determine what is or is not too far. I am not justifying, just to be clear. I just don't think we're the right people to tell him when to stop. Because in truth, those against him have not. Those 3 currently being sued by him, between them have raised $117,000 US on 3 separate GoFundMes. If they are successful, I'd be very surprised, and if there's anything left for the Victory Fund, cool. I hope he buys himself something nice with it. Perhaps a Beyblade. That being said, criticising when the line exists is right. If Ethan then takes it on board and runs with it as harassment and goes after you as well, yes, of course the optics aren't on his side. And there are a growing number of people on Twitter who are getting quite cross with him for going as far as he's willing to go. I don't think he cares. He doesn't use Twitter beyond going incognito to find tweets of people who make him laugh the most, i.e. the orbiters of Hassan more notably. Take, for example, Gato Fumador, who had recently protected their account. On Instagram, H3 had said something with a D. Remember not to erase anything. Spoliation would look very bad to a judge. I'm not familiar with the word spoliation. Do forgive my ignorance here. If anyone wants to tell me in the comments, please do so. Gato had, though, behind the protective seal of the account, tweeted, "Oh yeah, as long as I'm privated, I might as well admit to being the person who started both H3 Snark Reddit, the Leftovers H3 Reddit, and also being a mod over at the Reddit for Faux Moi. Congratulations, weird flex, but okay, Ethan. Looks like I've already got you in 3 fully drafted and filed lawsuits then. Discovery is going to be very interesting then, isn't it?" Now they had also tweeted, Gato that is. By the way, Ethan, just in case you see this, if you want the Reddit content moderation team to give you the same special treatment you get over at YouTube, you probably should have held off on making all those unhinged death threats to Steve Huffman. I'll be honest, when it comes to legal matters, I don't think that's going to play as much of a part as you think it might do. Gato, who'd also decided that, much like those who Ethan has gone in on, Healer is also a viable target for Shermanation in this. Why would I delete anything? Which is in reference to the accusations you see in the image from Ethan not to delete anything. Truth, it turns out, is a something defense against defamation. I assume completely okay. Yeah, for some reason the tweet is cropped. Also, I'm thrilled that I get to be the reason you're forced to something shutter your dim-witted wife's hideous pervert clothing brand. I don't know why she keeps taking shots in this. It's Ethan you want, Ethan you're after, Ethan after you. The constant need of those against Ethan to drag Ethan's wife into this is redundant because every time she's spoken out in response, it's been very minimal. Ethan's the one doing all the work here, the legwork as it were. I do want to insert, I find it fascinating that Gato Fumador is so open and willing to brag about the fact they created a Snark subreddit that solely exists to harass Ethan Klein. 2, in fact. It's a weird flex, and also puts you directly in the line of fire. Whether you think you're protected or not, I have no idea. In truth, I don't care. I'm quite happy to watch this unfold in real time. I just find it a peculiar statement to brag about. And as more time passes, I don't think anyone on the Snark subreddits is safe. I really don't. But please do me a favor and make this more interesting by deleting everything. It's funnier, because then when discovery does occur and, well, things start to go down, yes, it's going to get messy. And I want messy. Yes, I'm allowed to say that, right? We're allowed to be that way, yeah? Cool. At time of recording on the 14th of July 2025, Gato Fumador's account is still protected. I have always found those that go down that path to tickle me the most, because they're the type to, when confronted by somebody, to want their friends to hold them back so they can pretend they look tough, slap you once and run behind the bigger friend. Or if you slap them first, they're the type to call the police because they've been assaulted. Oh, wah. That type. All mouth, no trousers, basically. Now, Ethan has confirmed, via hinting anyway, that more lawsuits could well be on the way. And here is a clip from his more recent show to confirm that.
Just remember why I'm doing this. And I don't get sidetracked, but you know what I mean? I'm focused and I'm coming. You know? And I made some promises early on. And I'm going to fulfill them all. You know, there's an order of operation. We're going down the line. If you thought I was joking, I hope those 3 copyright lawsuits put that thought to rest.
I hope I'm not the only person that wishes that Twitch become a part of this, because Twitch's lack of moderation with those creators who have crossed far too many lines, 3 of whom are in the lawsuit, would make for a very interesting lawsuit. Amazon, man, learn optics. You're not looking so good right now with this backing. It's not a good look for you. I may use your platform for streaming as well, but even I'm not stupid enough to think that you guys aren't responsible. I, like many streamers, have to choose my words so carefully on this platform, that platform, because if I say something out of turn, out of pocket, I will be banned. I have no choice. Yet, the very streamers you protect can say all of that and more, and they are protected for whatever bogus reason you can conjure. Ethan, keeping his promise so far, entertains me. It shows a level of integrity, I know, but also to others comes across as, I'm just suing you because you're criticizing me, which is where Nick Diorio may feature in a bit.
Because every one of you motherfuckers that I said I'm coming for, that I hold responsible, guess what? It's only a matter of time. Don't worry. I'll get to you before the statute of limitation ends. Remember how confident Denims was? Oh, really? You're going to sue me? Where's the lawsuit? I'm waiting. She does like this. Well, wait's over.
In retrospect, it gets better because Denims has taken a lot of flack for posting the lawsuit documents over her booty while posing in a suggestive manner, sexual manner, right? Because the thought has to do something to drive up the interest. And in the case of Denims, the only interesting thing about her GoFundMe are the comments from words of support, the bit at the bottom. Seriously, that is gold. I'll link it in the pinned comment if you want a jolly good read.
So keep waiting. Enjoy the last moments of peace you have out there to the... I'm going to say it. Noah Sampson, I didn't forget about you, scumbag. Daddy's watching.
So, anyone else? Can we get the full list? Because that'd be great. It'd be like an order of service. It'd be nice to know the order they're all going to get hit in, and the number of those that get hit at once. The big advantage Ethan has is incredible wealth accrued over time from podcasts, videos, and other business ventures. Wife too, for that matter. They're very good with their money, and they've helped a lot of people out, especially those who've been adversely impacted by creator clash. Yes, I'm aware of that. We've covered it here, in fact. I'm sure many of you are aware of it too. But to those creators who are now on the receiving end, I say creators, thieves, that are on the receiving end of this is not a good time for them. And the more they get outed, the more they are acutely aware they're in the firing line. Whether justified or not, only time will tell. So what do you other streamers, other creators think about this? The biggest streamer in the world right now is Asmon. This is what he thinks.
Noah Sampson, I didn't forget about you, scumbag. Daddy's watching.
I love this so much. I'm sorry. I do. I think this is so funny. And the funniest thing about it is the fact that he's actually doing it, right? Because, like, if he wasn't actually doing it, it would just be like, oh, he's just bullshitting, right? Who cares? But he is actually doing it. It's his Joker moment. Yes, he is in his Joker phase, and he's... Dude, look at him. He's so happy. I've never seen him happier than this in my life.
This is where I have to insert Nick Diorio's a clip from him. I do slightly disagree with Nick on this one, but he has a point that's worth mentioning with how many times do you have to go for somebody, how often are you going to go for somebody, right? Actually, before that, I should probably play the remainder of that clip from Asmon, because there's one last bit of that does tie in nicely.
Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, it's a Punisher arc? Yeah, I know, it's his Joker phase. What happens if the lawsuits get dismissed? Well, then he'll file another one. Pretty simple, right? And, yeah, he's out for blood, I guess so. What's his final form? I don't know, man.
But this is saying, unquestionably, if people are going to talk online about me and make these comments, I'm totally down with making them fear for their f***ing safety.
My view on it is consequences. I don't like it when things go IRL. I really don't. In fact, it's one of the things I hate the most. With Ethan, it's been going IRL for a while, and I don't consider his response proportionate. I consider his response absolute. Whether justifiable or not, that is up to the individual and their choice. I'm not going to justify what Ethan is doing. I can't. But I understand why he's doing it, which is why sitting back and watching this, I'm not going to criticize his actions. Because the willingness of many to go so far with him, his response with what he's had to endure, to me, while not justifiable, I can get it. I have to separate the understanding and justifiable part, because I can't justify, but I can understand it. Still doesn't make it right. Now, the Nick Diorio video was actually a retweet of Taylor Lorenz, who had said Ethan Klein continues to embolden stalkers, which was also a retweet of Sean DeBlack, who had retweeted themselves because of an individual defends Ethan Klein and not looking great. In the process, that person defending Ethan, yeah, nah. Your people? Yeah, there's optics here. That's not... No. Ethan had shared that to Instagram via story, of course, by saying, there is something so ironic about a socialist plotting to steal other people's work. This is why socialism is a doomed concept. The moment it's convenient to bypass their lofty ideals of humanism and equality, they do it without a second thought. I'm only a socialist when it benefits me. What a loser. Sean DeBlack had also stated that this particular creator is a stalker of mine, by the way. He makes new YouTube, TikTok, Discord accounts and videos daily to harass me. He is Islamophobia, that he just assumed I was Muslim to find another reason to hate on me, so it's no surprise Ethan supports this guy. He's fishing so hard for something against he ended against being racist again. But I bet his scary racist ass won't even respond to this. It's unacceptable and anti-socialist Instagram IG, is that what it means? I don't know. To say, hey, don't give this racist stalker loser with one average viewer a larger platform. But yeah, sure, Ethan, shout this racist guy out to own the black man. That makes you look good, bro. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to defend who Ethan chooses to shout out in his Instagram stories, especially this one account, that term, your people, because it can be spun to race. It's not a good one to use. And obsessively making content on Sean DeBlack, I mean, I get it. I do. I make content on Amber Lynn Reid and Beauty, so I'm not going to try and act as if I'm above it. I'm really not. I've yet to get to that level of Pegasus meta yet, because I don't know how to do the thumbnails and titles well enough. Anyway, as we've reached the end of this subject for the day, I'd love to know what you all think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. If I don't see you on Twitch later for American Truck, there's still an event going on. I hope you all have a marvellous day, and thank you all very much for listening.